Michael here,
And Ross here.
where we are going to be making homemade cookies today.
We ran out of properties to show you. We've got a couple in the pipeline, so don't you worry. But today we decided, let's show you around this kitchen a little bit more and make some cookies while we're at it. So I've already started by mixing together the dry ingredients. We've got flour, baking soda, a little bit of salt. Next we move on to the wet ingredients, which starts with melting a full stick of butter in a large saucepan over medium heat. And then we're gonna melt some brown sugar into it. So we'll cut this up, take it into the pan, put that in. That's all we melt. All right, next we're gonna move on to our wet ingredients, which starts with melting 1 full stick of butter over medium heat. One thing that you might hear a lot with kitchens is the triangle that people talk about. Essentially all that they're talking about there is that the 3 main things that are used in a kitchen are...
Main things that are used, yep.
Yeah, the 3
The
main...
appliances.
The appliances. Well, a sink's not an appliance.
All right, sure.
So the 3 main things that are used in a kitchen would be the stove, the sink, and the fridge. So in our kitchens, in every kitchen that we design, we like to think through that kind of triangle. Here we've got it so that the stove and the fridge are right here. This was a bit of a challenge, and actually the way that we purchased this house, the sink was over here. It made for kind of an uneven and kind of cramped space. So we added the sink out here to the island, which makes for kind of this nice...
Peninsula.
It's a peninsula, yeah. You want to explain this peninsula?
All right, so the only difference between an island and a peninsula is that a peninsula actually connects to a wall or to other cabinets. And so in this kitchen, we decided on a peninsula rather than an island. Originally, there actually was an island that wasn't connected to any plumbing or electrical fixtures. And so we added a peninsula here so that we could get more cabinet space. Basically, this just added 2 cabinets, whereas if we would have went with an island, we would have sacrificed those cabinet spaces.
Why don't you go ahead and give me that butter? Are these heat proof? Whoa, okay. All right, now I'm just gonna melt that butter into here. It's foaming a lot. All right. I'm gonna start with 1 full egg. Okay.
Using rubber spatula, fold reserved dry ingredients into butter mixture.
Remember the dry ingredients? We pre-mix those. You want to lick that? That'd be good.
This guy. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Just
Whoa.
we gotta sell this house. All of it at once and just fold it in.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm busy, Ross.
Seems a little reckless to me.
Wow. Just like when we renovate houses, things tend to get a little messy before the final product, but boy is the final product tasty.
An often overlooked thing in kitchens is the height of the counter, which if you ever worked at a kitchen that the counter height's off, it's like immediately apparent and it feels really awkward. But that's just one crucial thing. Just make sure you're getting like name brand cabinets.
One nice part about using hard surface countertops, so quartz or granite, is that typically you can use undermount sinks, which is great for scooping debris into the sinks and keeping things nice and tidy. I really never got involved in the baking process, but I would always sneak in some dough when my mom would make chocolate chip cookies. And then she'd slap me away and tell me not to eat that because it's got eggs and raw eggs and
That's
butter.
a myth too. You can eat raw eggs.
Yeah.
You want to eat one?
You
Didn't see that coming, did you?
you first. Ready? Cheers.
Dink it. No, I feel bad. I'll do it. So I'm using a 1/4 cup scooper, and I'm just
They're gonna be big cookies.
just eyeballing it. Are they? Do you think that's big?
That's big.
Should we cut them in half?
I don't know. I'm just gonna try this dough and see if it's good.
Oh boy.
I know.
Maybe we shouldn't bake these at all.
I'll eat them raw.
Oven, 375. This says it takes 8 to 10 minutes. Seems pretty quick. We'll see how it goes. It recommends that we rotate them every 4 minutes so that they cook evenly. So we'll be doing that. But let's go ahead and put these in the oven.
All right.
in a lot of the older houses that we purchased, the kitchens were normally meant to be kind of a small space that wasn't really utilized. But now with entertaining and open concepts and those kind of trends that have taken over, people are opening up their kitchen to everything else, and so we're trying to break free of those small kitchens that were designed back in the early 1900s and open them up while still maintaining that classic triangular design that they came up with way back when.
Yeah, one of the easiest ways to make a kitchen larger is to take the wall between the dining room and the kitchen. So most of these craftsman style houses always connect the dining room to the kitchen. And so, for example, in this house, this was actually before we purchased this house, but there was a wall between the kitchen and the dining room. The previous owner actually took it out, and then we just went ahead and put in the peninsula here to give it a lot more space. And then it's great, you know, it's open concept, so you can look into the dining room, you can even see into the living room, which is really great just for communal type spaces where you want to entertain or watch what the kids are doing, that type of stuff. Ooh, ooh. Smell good.
Turned out great.
Amazing.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm sorry we didn't have like a tour of a new property for you, but hopefully this time maybe learn something about kitchens,
Cookies.
maybe something about cookies, maybe just had a little bit of fun. Next week we'll be back with another tour of another property of ours, but in the meantime, thanks and see you next time.